We set up our screen shake, and now we're going to be setting up our UI system. And this lecture is honestly going to be pretty short because there's not a lot to do. But that's a good thing every once in a while. We're going to take a little bit of a break. So first, we need to set up a system that will allow a UI to follow the camera, right? And you could attach all your UI to either the camera node or to the player, but that's not really a very good way to go about it. There's a better way, and it involves creating or using a canvas layer. So create a new scene and do a custom node right here, and we're going to choose canvas layer. Now the canvas layer is a really special node. This node basically at all times follows the current camera and is designed for setting up a UI. So we're going to call this UI. If you come into it, there's some different layers in case you have multiple canvas layers, and everything else is just kind of like a normal transform, and you know, kind of the normal. There's nothing too fancy about the properties of this node. So we're going to save this UI under our UI folder, and we're going to attach some texture recs, which we'll actually learn more about in future videos. But like, let's say we do a texture rec right here and we stick in, I don't know, I'm looking at the enemies here, we'll stick in a spike, right? It's a texture rec node. We can stick this wherever we want inside of this scene, right? And this window is going to be basically what's shown, your camera size. So if we attach this to our UI like this and we come back to our world, we can now instance the UI scene in our world, and you can see it's up there. But when we run the game, it will follow the camera around. So we've got that, those two spikes, this image right here, following the camera around. And this is going to be how we set up our UI, is using the canvas layer item, the canvas layer node. So like I said, this is a small lecture. We'll be adding more to our UI and learning more about the different control nodes. Some of you may have noticed this already, actually, which is different nodes have different base colors. So you look here, we've got spatials that are all kind of red or pink, control nodes which are all kind of green, and the node 2D, which are basically most of our 2D nodes, are all blue. And so we haven't used spatial at all because that's all dealing with 3D, most basic 3D game object. We've used mostly node 2D, right? We used a little bit, some stuff down here like timer and canvas layer, which are kind of not specific to 2D or 3D, animation stuff. However, we will be learning a lot more in the next few lectures about control nodes. And the control nodes in Godot are extremely powerful. They can be themed to match your game and can save you a lot of time programming UI because they all have a lot of the basic UI functionality that you already need. So we're going to be learning about these and implementing them into the game. I'm excited to show you guys, and I'll see you all in the next lecture.